Imagine owning a piece of the Empire State Building, not just as a distant dream, but as a real digital asset you could buy, sell, or trade with a few taps on your phone. Or picture holding a fraction of a Picasso painting, instantly tradable on a global marketplace, opening up access to investments that were once reserved for the ultra-wealthy. This is the promise of tokenization, transforming physical and financial assets into digital tokens on a blockchain, making them accessible, divisible, and tradable for anyone, anywhere in the world. But despite this revolutionary potential, the market faces three major barriers: comfort, regulation, and technology. Each of these challenges is complex and deeply rooted in how our financial systems operate today. People in traditional finance remain wary of digital tokens, often preferring the security of familiar stocks, bonds, and real estate deeds. For many, the idea of digital ownership still feels abstract and risky. Meanwhile, governments and regulators are still figuring out how to oversee these new digital assets, creating a patchwork of rules and a sense of uncertainty that slows adoption. The existing financial infrastructure wasn't designed for this digital world, and new blockchain systems must prove they can be secure, scalable, and resilient enough to handle trillions of dollars in value. Overcoming these challenges is absolutely key to unlocking a new era of finance, one that could be more inclusive, efficient, and transparent than anything we've seen before. Companies like Ripple are not just building cutting-edge technology, they're also investing in education, working closely with regulators, and helping to shape the future rules of the game. Ripple's strategic approach, bridging technology, regulation, and education, positions it at the very center of this financial transformation. In this essay, we'll explore these barriers in depth and look at the innovative solutions being developed to overcome them. The next few years could bring a big bang moment for tokenization, fundamentally changing how we think about ownership and value. Ripple and the XRP ledger are poised to play a central role in this shift, providing the infrastructure and trust needed for mass adoption. The conversation has shifted from if to when, and the potential impact on global finance is truly enormous. The big question now is what it will take to unlock this value and bring tokenization into the financial mainstream. Let's dive into the details and see how this transformation is unfolding, and what it could mean for the future of money, markets, and opportunity. The first barrier to tokenization is comfort. For many, the idea of changing how we prove ownership feels unsettling, even unnecessary. It's not just about technology, it's about trust, habit, and the reassurance of what's familiar. For centuries, ownership has been proven by physical paper, deeds, stock certificates, car titles. These documents have been passed down through generations, locked in safes, and notarized in person. They represent more than just assets. They symbolize security and tradition. The financial world still relies on these tangible systems, making the leap to digital tokens a psychological challenge. Many institutions are built on processes that have barely changed in decades, and the comfort of paper is hard to let go. Think of the early days of online banking when people hesitated to trust websites with their financial information. It took years of reassurance, security improvements, and positive experiences before digital banking became the norm. We're at a similar point with tokenized assets. The benefits, faster settlement, lower fees, fractional ownership, are clear to crypto insiders. For those who understand the technology, the advantages seem obvious and transformative. But outsiders see risks in new technology and cybersecurity threats. The fear of hacks, scams, and losing control is real. Education is key to bridging this gap, building trust and familiarity globally. People need to see how their assets are protected and how the technology works in practice. Jack McDonald from Ripple emphasizes the need for user-friendly interfaces and clear explanations. It's about showing that a tokenized asset is a better digital wrapper for familiar real-world assets. The technology should feel intuitive, not intimidating. This educational effort is a slow process, requiring patience and understanding of traditional finance's fears. You can't just tell a pension fund to move assets onto a blockchain overnight. It takes time to build confidence and address every concern. You have to guide them, show safeguards, and prove the benefits outweigh the risks. Demonstrating robust security, regulatory compliance, and real-world success stories helps ease anxieties. This human element is the first major mountain for tokenization to climb. Ripple is actively working to make people comfortable with this new technology. It's a process of winning hearts and minds, one institution at a time. The journey out of the comfort zone is gradual, but it's the only way to unlock the full potential of tokenized assets. The second barrier to widespread adoption is regulation, a complex and ever-shifting landscape that can be difficult to navigate. Governments and regulators around the world are struggling to keep up with the rapid pace of technological innovation. New digital assets and blockchain-based products are emerging faster than laws can be written or updated. This raises a fundamental question: are tokenized assets securities, commodities, currencies, or something entirely new? The answer isn't always clear, and it often depends on who you ask. Each country, and sometimes each regulatory agency within a country, can have a different interpretation. This patchwork of rules and uncertainty creates a chilling effect on innovation and market participation. Large institutions, which could bring significant capital and credibility, need clear and consistent rules before they can confidently enter the market. Without a harmonized regulatory framework, building a truly global market for digital assets remains out of reach. Regulators are cautious, focused on protecting consumers and ensuring financial stability. But while technology evolves at lightning speed, regulation tends to move at a much slower pace, creating a bottleneck that can stifle progress. Companies like Ripple are taking a proactive approach, engaging directly with regulators, participating in policy discussions, and joining pilot programs. By doing so, they help build trust and contribute to shaping clearer, more effective market rules. Navigating this regulatory maze is a long, expensive, and often frustrating process, but it's absolutely essential for unlocking the potential of a multi-trillion-dollar tokenized asset market. Ripple's strategy is built around working within this system to drive progress. By helping to shape future rules and building the trust needed for adoption, Ripple and similar companies are laying the groundwork for the next era of finance. Without clear regulations, the dream of tokenized assets will remain just that, a dream. The regulatory landscape is slowly evolving, and with continued collaboration, it's paving the way for mainstream adoption and a more inclusive financial future. The third barrier is technology, not blockchain, but the old systems it connects with. The global financial system is a patchwork of outdated technologies, slow and error-prone. Connecting modern blockchain to this legacy infrastructure is challenging. This is the interoperability problem, making old and new systems communicate seamlessly. Ripple's Jack McDonald uses the analogy of different railway gauges to explain this. Blockchains like the XRP ledger aim to be the standard gauge connecting different systems. The technology is there, but convincing everyone to adopt the same standard is the challenge. The XRP ledger is designed as a settlement layer for tokenized value, fast, cheap, and scalable. Ripple and the XRPL community offer a solution to the technology gap. They are building modern tracks for the financial industry to run on. The challenge is building bridges between old and new systems. Without interoperability, blockchains remain isolated islands of efficiency. Ripple is helping lay down the modern tracks needed for this transformation. Ripple's strategy focuses on working with the existing financial system, not replacing it. They solve real-world problems for banks and financial institutions. Banks see blockchain's disruptive potential but are risk-averse. Ripple offers solutions that reduce costs, improve efficiency, and create new revenue streams. They build tools for banks to issue stablecoins, tokenize bonds, and process payments efficiently. Ripple's approach reduces friction and fear for institutions. It's an evolution, not a revolution, allowing banks to explore digital assets safely. Ripple's plan to introduce a stablecoin responds to institutional needs. A stablecoin backed by traditional assets is something banks can trust. Ripple is removing barriers to entry, making institutional adoption more likely. Their focus on enterprise solutions and regulatory compliance is gaining traction. In Japan, SBI Group's partnership with Ripple showcases institutional blockchain adoption. SBI integrates the XRP ledger into core operations, using XRP for cross-border payments. This saves time and money, demonstrating Ripple's utility beyond speculation. SBI also pioneers tokenization on the XRP ledger, exploring tokenized assets. Their work with prepaid tokens for transportation shows tokenization's potential. SBI's partnership is a blueprint for Ripple's global strategy. It starts with solving specific problems like cross-border payments. This builds trust and expands into advanced applications like tokenization. As other institutions see SBI's success, skepticism fades. They see a proven path to follow, spreading adoption. Ripple's strategy is succeeding through real-world case studies. This is how adoption spreads, inspiring others to follow. In the US, regulatory clarity is finally emerging, crucial for tokenization's future. Bipartisan recognition of the need for a legal framework is growing. Recent legislative efforts signal a major change. Ripple's legal battle with the SEC played a role in this process. It highlighted the need for modern, fit-for-purpose legislation. As legal frameworks fall into place, regulatory uncertainty diminishes. This thaw is key to unlocking trillions in capital. When comfort, regulation, and technology barriers fall, change could be sudden. Institutions have been preparing behind the scenes, waiting for the starting gun. Once the framework is clear, a massive rush into tokenized assets could occur. No institution wants to be first, but none want to be last. A few major players moving into tokenization will trigger a cascade of adoption. The market for tokenized assets could explode from billions to trillions. Ripple is building the infrastructure needed for this flood of capital. The XRP ledger is positioned as a core piece of future financial infrastructure. Institutions will need a proven, reliable blockchain for tokenization. The journey has been long, but the path forward is clearer than ever. Educational barriers are breaking down, regulators are providing clarity, and technology is ready. The world of tokenized assets is on the cusp of going mainstream.